Hello everybody, today is not even a recording day for me, nor a people front-facing day for me, so I threw all of this together on the go, which means that I am sitting inside my dress that I normally only use on wash days, and even my jewelry isn't lying correctly. But the reason why I'm recording on a non-record day and pushing my release schedule when it comes to the videos that I have already made on better days, a trailer for a new vampire game has just dropped. When I say has just dropped, it's been... no, it's somewhere here. Okay, I'm stupid, but the last time when I looked at this, I saw that it was like uploaded something like 2 hours ago. So by the time I'm recording, it's been online for like 3 to 4 hours. By the time you're seeing this tomorrow, it will probably have been around for like 26 or so. This is the time when I am not late to something exciting happening. Mostly because I got excited, so I ran over here. Anyway, CDProjectRed is having their own internal issues, and during having their own internal issues, some developers have broken off and made a new studio called Rebel Wolves. Rebel Wolves are working with Bandai Namco in order to publish a game called The Blood of the Dawnwalker. And we didn't quite know what it is outside of knowing that it's roughly to do with vampires, and honestly the kind of assets that they showed off kind of remind me of Mount and Blade for a while. So I thought I'm gonna wait until they drop a trailer in order to talk about it. And I'm not gonna lie, the trailer looks really good. So I know it's kind of bad for me to like pre-watch these trailers, but I kind of need to do that in order to even know if I want to talk about something or not, because if something is meh, then I don't really want to waste my time like putting on makeup. I normally only talk about things that I either really like or really dislike. There's like... I will rarely talk about things that fall on neither side. Like, I won't talk about things that I will just forget in a second. They're just not worth to talk about. And this trailer is worth to talk about. So how about we're just gonna watch it and then I'm gonna talk about it. Does that sound good? Because that sounds good to me.
Must be here somewhere. This way.
It's all right. It's all right.
Lunka! Don't hurt her! You gave us quite the chase, young man.
Please, sir. She's just a child.
Roderick, remind me, did I make an exception for children?
No, sire.
No. That would have been foolish, would it not?
They spread the plague just as well as adults.
And there's only one way to stamp out this sickness.
No!
Not just a runner, but a fighter, too. Had we met under a different moon, things might have ended there.
Lunka! My sister. She needs help. Fast. Please, let us pass through. I beg of you. Please. Please. I don't know. How?
I am life. I am death. I am everything in between. I have been watching your little valley. Pestilence, famine, killing. Blood spilt carelessly, like water. Things will be different now. For all of you.
The plot is kind of exciting because I haven't seen it before. If you're familiar with Vampire the Masquerade, the plot is effectively that you're the equivalent of a ghoul. You're a Dawnwalker, which is a person, from what I understand, that the vampire has imparted some of their power onto, but is not a vampire themselves. So you are like a vampire servant. This trailer just makes me so happy. Like, there's not a lot of good vampire content coming out, especially in the gaming scene. Good vampire games tend to be few and far between. I'm one of the lucky ones that was really into Vampire. I really enjoyed it, which means that for me, the whole thing wasn't quite as dry as people that are just into like redemption and bloodlines from Vampire the Masquerade. For those people, it has been quite sad because what Paradox has been doing with Vampire the Masquerade franchise when it comes to games, they haven't been very good games, let's just put it this way, and there's very few companies that want to tackle a vampire game outside of, well, people responsible for Vampire the Masquerade. So you're left with a lot of emptiness. And Vampire kind of filled it for me because I really enjoyed it. It felt a bit like playing Deus Ex Protagonist, but you're like a doctor inside, like, what, I think it was the 20th century or the 19th century. Like, it's very close together, so like at about like Victorian times. And in here, you're playing a ghoul in the medieval times. There have been quite a few moments that been a bit funny for me, which is there's the guy that like is hunting down the peasant that is carrying his sister, and his sister has the plague. He was wearing a crown. Now, I don't think that he is a king, but he would definitely be like some sort of lord, like maybe a duke. Now, imagine you're in this high position and people come to you and they're like, what are we gonna do today, my lord? And you're like, expose ourselves to the plague by hunting down plague-ridden peasants. And everyone's like, great plan for the evening, my lord, can't wait. Secondly is that the head vampire, the one that's, you know, super bald and has long teeth, and I'm gonna assume has lived for a very long time, it looks like he has like a Mongolian soldier among his men. Like there was like a Western guy, and then there was like a Mongolian soldier dude. And I'm like, what was the story there? I kind of want to hear it. Did you like go traveling and pick up a buddy, and then you guys just were spending some time into an abandoned church until one day you're like, you know what? It's kind of shit living in this country a little bit, and I'm really tired of moving. I know, I'm gonna take it over by force. The setup is a bit hilarious when you think about it that way, but I'm very into it. I'm very into it. And from the looks of it on their website, what they were stressing is that there are gonna be choices in this one. Like, you will get to choose which, side you subscribe to. Whatever your choice, the question stands: is your soul worth the lives of those you love? So I assume that you can like become a full-bred vampire, or you can like move away from serving vampires, and then you're gonna be fighting both vampires and like normal humans in the same thing, and you get to choose who you serve and who you don't serve, and that's just like the premise that you start with. From the looks of it, like tiny bit of combat, like it might be hard. I'm not very good at hard combat. I'm not very good at games like Dark Souls, but I am so incredibly intrigued. Like, this is so my jam. I want to play it. I want to see what they make, and I want to play it. So from the preliminary screening of their gameplay trailer, it has done what it was supposed to do, which is get me to be quite excited. My hair is so flat. I hate it. It did do the thing. It got me excited. It got me talking about it. Hopefully it got a lot more people talking about it too. I am sitting in quite a few vampire role-playing tabletop discords. That trailer was spread around, and like days before the trailer coming out, the news that this trailer was gonna come out was also spread around. So people are talking about it, people are looking at it, people are interested, and trailer is really getting me excited. This doesn't mean that the game's gonna be good, this doesn't mean that the game's actually gonna even release. Oftentimes you get things that look exciting and then they end up a bit bleh, or they don't come out at all because drama happens, or the project runs over budget, or the publisher and developer fall apart. There are numerous things that can happen between gameplay reveal trailer and like a release of a game, but it's inside the theme that I like, and the premise seems really fun. I once again don't know of any other games where you kind of play of a ghoul character for a vampire. Normally you're either the vampire or you're hunting the vampires. It's a very interesting point to come into like a character storyline, and I'm all here for it, especially if we get to have a bit of superpowers, because, the vampires kind of gave some to us. We kind of get, the best of both worlds. For one thing, we get to see the cities and locales inside broad daylight, which tends to be how the cities and locales look the best, while still getting to play with all the cool superpowers that you normally expect in a vampire game. So I really dig it. And I kind of really want to know what is the story behind Mr. Bald Toothy over there that just has his band of merry men. Hello, Bald Toothy. That decided to also recruit a random peasant to his band of merry men. Well, not as a full-fledged vampire, but as a ghoul. And I wonder what happened to her sister. Like, if she drinks the blood of a vampire while dying, is she a vampire now? Is that what happened to our sister? That's another, actually, quite edgy decision. not a lot of games will put children in danger or in a situation where something is happening to a child. Mostly because these kind of topics you have to be very careful about, and it can influence your age rating. So a lot of games that have children will make them very safe and will make the kind of characters that, you know, can't die. Like Skyrim children cannot die. To have a child as a plot device be plagued and get turned into a vampire is a pretty metal opening for any kind of game. So anyways, what I'm trying to say is I'm excited. What are your takeaways from the trailer, and what are your opinions on the trailer? As I said, we're here super early. We're not even getting like extensive gameplay reveal until summer this year, and I imagine it's not coming for at least several years, if not more. But sometimes being super early means you get to share in the excitement and you get to actually feel like you're looking forward to something, and I enjoy that feeling. I super enjoy when that feeling eventually gets validated, but for now, I'm just gonna say that the trailer looked super cool, and I want to see more of it. If you have any opinions on it yourself, please leave a comment in the comment box down below. Let's chat about it. I will leave the link to their website and to the trailer inside the description in case you want to watch, leave a like. I did not like it because the last time I watched the trailer on YouTube, somebody was all like, hey, your opinion was completely given out by seeing which of the buttons you pressed before you even like watched the full trailer. So I was like, I'm gonna wait until I do this video, until I press the like button, but I like. Now, for the rest of the week and for the upcoming weeks, I look forward to seeing you in my regularly scheduled programming, which currently involves talking a lot about gacha games, making one video more to do with occult and spirituality, and I am currently looking into filming quite a few things about tabletops this week, which means that it's not coming this week. Anyway, Mirta is in a video production time where I just build up a stockpile in case I get sick or a natural disaster happens or I want to take a bit of a break. That's just how I roll, and that is what I'm currently doing. So it's exciting times ahead. Lots of exciting videos ahead. I hope I'm gonna see you there. Thank you for watching. If you're here for the first time and you like what I made, just like throw a glance at the rest of my channel, see if you like anything else. I'd rather you only subscribe to me if you like a variety of content, because I tend to not too niche myself. So now I'm playing a retro game. I talk about gaming very often. I'm very much into Vampire the Masquerade space and tabletops in general. And I'm into the occult, which means that the amount of broad subjects that get put out on this channel, man, it's something else. And also, a special thanks to my Patreons that support my ability to make videos like these. And honestly, it is the Patreon money that I'm gonna be using to buy this when it eventually releases so that we can play together. So it enables me to play games effectively, which I can then talk about, not only watch trailers. So thank you. Thank you so much, people. And I hope I'm gonna see you in my other videos. Toodaloo.